Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Welcome to Plathville Season 7, Episode 2, The Face-Off.
The Face-Off, but not starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. I don't think.
I saw that movie when I was probably 10 at my aunt's house because we used to all sit down to watch a movie together as a family when we were there to visit.
Of course, yeah. Nothing says family film more than the classic family entertainment Face-Off.
I don't remember it being very good.
Okay, you were not the target demographic for that. You were not receiving something that you should have been receiving at that point.
There were a lot of times that I would just go upstairs halfway through a movie and just disappear. I'm going to go find something else to do.
I'm trying to think of a movie that we watched at your aunt's. Captain Phillips. I think that's what we watched. I'm the captain now. So that's kind of, is that just the style? It's just picking picking things where it's like, this is kind of uncomfortable to watch as a family?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Well, that's good. I see a trend.
This show is on my nerves, and I gotta tell you, the only reason it's tolerable to watch at this point is to see Veronica call everyone out on their shit. And I'm giving points to Zach this episode, too, because he also said something at the dinner table.
He tried to, but he was wildly outnumbered. That's for sure.
I'm worried for Zach.
It's an uphill battle from here. Yeah.
What is this episode formally about, according to TLC?
The episode description is Veronica secretly turns to Olivia as tensions grow with the Plaths. Zach feels like an outsider when he tries to spend time with Lydia's brothers. Kim gets vulnerable with Barry about their unsettled divorce. Veronica spills the beans on the state of her and Micah's relationship.
Veronica got 2 mentions in one episode description?
That's correct.
Wow.
Yes, she was a bookend. It was the first part and the last part, I suppose, here. What is the face-off, though? Is the face-off Zach with Ethan and Isaac, or is it Kim with Barry, or is it Veronica with Micah?
Kim and Barry. I'm going Kim and Barry.
That wasn't even a face-off, though. Was it? I don't think so.
That was pretty intense for an on-camera conversation between the two of them.
I don't think so.
They never say anything real.
It almost wasn't on camera. Barry was ready to just bail out of there.
You know, the theme of this episode is that everyone is blackmailing one another about what they're willing to say on camera if the other person isn't honest and doesn't participate.
That's the trend. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. The consistency, the thread that unites this entire episode.
I gotta say, I'm loving it. I think this is the way the show should have been the whole time.
Well, let's get into it. Yeah, because there's a couple of things that are mentioned in this episode that I never thought would be mentioned as part of the show. Better late than never, I suppose.
There was a sign outside. This is how we open. There's a chalk sign that says, drinking beer is good for the soul. And I was like, are we at Kim's house? Where are we? This seemed like that'd be a great porch sign for the houseboat.
Kim's new place. And that's a sign out front. It could be. No. This is Ethan and Moriah. They're meeting up for a liquid lunch and maybe a shark board as well.
Did they get the charcuterie board?
They did, because then
Why was there sausage on it?
There was an Italian sausage and then a knife for slicing, which then got us into the well-endowed debacle.
All right, I'm already going to go off on this.
Okay.
A charcuterie board does not have sausage or a kielbasa. I probably said that wrong. I'm going to upset people.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't have anything that you would need to slice.
No, a salami.
But like pre-sliced. Like everything should be ready to just grab.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be doing
cutting
stuff.
Up. Also, it's usually things that are cold. Why am I eating a hot sausage?
I don't think it's a hot sausage. I think this is like room temp, dried.
Like a little smoky.
Yeah, smoky.
Type. No,
not a fan. A jerky sort of.
What else do you think was on
here.
This? We're in South Georgia. Some boiled peanuts.
Oh, no.
Don't you remember when they sold those in the first season?
They sold them?
Yeah, wasn't that Micah's job?
I don't remember that at all.
We're going to have to go back.
Oh, God.
A little blast from the past.
Was that just at the general store that they worked at?
Yeah, it was the place that was everyone's first job.
Right. Yeah.
It's
okay.
either that or you're going to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
Those are the only two
auto body. Spot.
Options for careers in the Plath family.
That's it. Especially if you have a penis.
Thank you for leading us to the well-endowed joke. Moriah is totally lost. She's not understanding why. I'm not getting. Why is Ethan talking about the knife? He's not even talking about the sausage, which would be more relevant.
Well, he did.
That would be funnier.
He pointed to the sausage at one point because it wasn't connecting with the knife. So then he pointed to the sausage as well, and it still wasn't making sense. But
he's very obsessed with other people's nether regions.
The disconnect, I think, is Moriah, he can't hear. She has auditory processing issues here, perhaps. Is that what it is? She's not even getting the word. Endowed, she can't repeat it back.
Kim didn't teach them that one.
That was not a vocabulary word. That was not on a spelling test.
She crossed that one out of the dictionary.
Out of the dictionary. Right.
She has no idea. He's trying to explain the joke, which nothing is funnier than a joke that you have to explain to somebody.
A couple of times.
And it kind of loses all of the luster that Ethan thought that it had to begin with.
Did the producer explain it to her eventually?
I don't think she ever really figured it out.
I think they tried to hint at stuff, and then I don't think she figured it out still.
She's still with Lydia, who's trying to figure out what a shotgun wedding is.
Still a mystery, even though you read the definition right in front of you, and then you have to say, no, that wasn't it. I think you're mistaken.
Good news, though. Ethan's got a smoking hot girlfriend with big old titties. That's exactly what he was wanting.
Well, he didn't.
Looks like one of his sisters.
Oh, well, that's the unspoken part here.
She meets all the requirements.
Picked her up at the family reunion, probably.
She's buying him bracelets. I'm surprised that he was willing to wear it. Men's bracelets aren't a little gay, Ethan? They're saying he's throwing a lot of judgments out about other people.
Does he have enough body hair to be wearing men's jewelry? I feel like that's a big part.
I couldn't stop looking at the hair on his arms. You didn't see it? It's so white.
It's got to look, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that tracks.
So then what do you need? White gold in there?
Why, are you trying to get it lost in the hair?
Yeah, just have it blend in.
Have it blend in. No.
It's just gonna...
It was some kind of like energy bead bracelet too.
It seems like some woo-woo.
The beads.
Yeah, well...
Ethan wasn't willing to try the beads with Olivia.
A couple different kinds. No butt stuff.
They're both here to talk about what's going on with Lydia. Lydia's getting married. It seems really fast. I do agree with that objectively, but I'm annoyed that nobody wants to speak the thing out loud, which is they don't like Zach because they don't think Zach is straight.
But do you think, well, I mean, that's the crux of it, I think, for them. And so then, like, do you think that more time would make you like Zach more? Would that make you more comfortable with it? I don't think so. I think they want Lydia to come to the conclusion that Zach is not the right person for her and then not be with this guy anymore. I think that's their best case scenario in their minds right now, but they're not able to talk about that. That's what they're hoping happens. They're hoping that enough time will pass.
They're just going to do what the Plaths have always done, which is make him feel like an outsider and run him off. Like you said, that's how they got rid of Olivia. That's how they're about to get rid of Veronica.
They are in the process of that, so now they're going 3 for 3. They're working on it. Let's get started.
It annoys me even more that Ethan has a legitimate reason to object to the fact that they're getting married so fast because he experienced it firsthand with Olivia and it didn't turn out well. But that's not even really what we're going with. You can tell the whole time, through the whole episode, that is not his problem with Zach. Not the primary issue that he has with him. Was that kind of side conversation, though? Because I think Ethan's trying to still be a big brother to Moriah, and it sounds like she doesn't talk to pretty much anyone else in the family anymore. She's really only talking to him.
Well, she's in like depression mode, and so this is where she shuts down. She doesn't communicate with anybody else.
Let's talk about the hair and the makeup, because historically not been good for her. Really, 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 really bad. And I know that she's got alopecia, so we can't even really talk about the hair. Let's talk about the lips. They're so overlined.
But you can see where they are outlined, and so it's just...
I don't get this look.
It's not making the impact that she thinks that it is, because then it just... You can clearly see where she's overselling.
It's kind of giving Menti B.
With the eye makeup and then all the focus on the lip, that's what's throwing it off too. It's a little uneven.
I just can't believe how rough she looks.
She looks like she just cries all the time now.
Yeah, which is why so youthful.
She doesn't bother with eye makeup anymore. It's just because she's going to cry it out. It's just going to be streaking down her face. So she's like, I'll just skip on that stuff because I'm due for a good cry sesh later.
She's very thin. She's very pale. Her face is all broken out. Her makeup is everywhere.
She doesn't talk to people. There's limited social interaction. She's withdrawing more and more. There are concerns that are growing here. Wellness checks that need to be in place here. The only person she connects with is Ethan because he went through a shitty relationship, according to her and according to him. And
well, according to Olivia, most of all.
And then came out on the other side. Ethan is like all better from that. I think there's a difference between all better and never addressed.
Oh, yeah, all better because we got rid of the person who was reminding him that he was a shitty human being. So now he can just go on being the same person and not be reminded of it.
I don't have to address any of that. I don't have to think through those complicated emotions that arose from that. And then I've moved on and found someone else who will accept me as the shitty person that I am.
I thought it was really rich that he's the one giving advice about how she should give an apology to other people that she's hurt.
Well, and it's bad advice, too, because he's saying even if you don't have anything to say, you should do an in-person apology where you just say, I'm sorry, and then stop talking.
To Veronica. We're talking about Veronica and Micah. I think he's more concerned.
Moriah. Not, wait.
No, Veronica and Micah.
Oh, and Micah.
I was just going to say, I think that he's more concerned about her apologizing, not to say sorry to Veronica, but to repair the relationship with Micah. I think that was the unspoken thing between them at this table where she's saying, I don't really talk to anyone else. Obviously, the other person she's closest to in the family has been Micah. And they're not talking anymore because there's tension between her and Veronica. Because Ethan does not feel bad about another woman's feelings.
No, but wouldn't that apology, that would not go well. If you're trying to apologize to Veronica and you just show up and say, I'm sorry, and then shut down and you don't say anything else, what the hell do you think that response is going to be? It's not going to go well because Veronica has a whole list of things that she's expecting as far as reconciliation goes. So Ethan's basically throwing Moriah to the wolves here and is just like, hey, go ahead and dive into that. Even though you are wildly unprepared for that interaction, just go ahead and do it because you got to do it at some point.
None of them are prepared to square up against Veronica.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Speaking of, we got left on a cliffhanger last episode where we saw Veronica dial up Becky.
Becky with
Becky with the red hair.
Becky with the better hair than Moriah.
You know what I was thinking about this morning when you were texting me about Martha Stewart? How all of the people that I would invite
okay, just to throw that in completely out of context.
Well, it made me think of Betty White.
Okay, yeah.
And I was thinking about how I would invite Betty White and Martha Stewart when they say if you had anyone you can invite to a dinner party, dead or alive. And then the more I thought about it, the more I realized all of the people I would invite to dinner are old women.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of your vibe. Because it's basically pretty much all the Golden Girls.
Julia Child.
Okay, yeah. And the reason why I was texting you about Martha Stewart, we weren't just casually texting back and forth about Martha Stewart this morning. I was looking up stuff and I said, about painting, because I was trying to figure out the humidity point for painting a wall.
And who knows that other than Martha Stewart?
Which is
no
obviously,
one.
Well, and then I had subsequent follow-up questions because if I ask a question and then there's an answer, that's not enough of an answer for me. So where did I have to go? I stumble upon who else but Martha Stewart, because of course she has an entire article on her website about painting and the humidity points and how long it takes for things to dry and how long it takes for things to cure.
Do you remember Stumble Upon? Wasn't that like the original TikTok, if you think about it? It kind of never really had an algorithm that got smarter so that it knew what you wanted to look at.
Yeah, there was too many repeats, too. It would recycle things. But yeah, some neat stuff.
We're here again. We have Veronica on the phone with Olivia, and we find out that Veronica has been texting Olivia all summer. They haven't talked on the phone yet. This is the first time they've done that. But she got in contact with her after Olivia sent her a DM.
After the bullying, the cyberbullying that Veronica received. Because Veronica originally reached out to Olivia. Word got to Olivia.
I gotta tell you, the audience of this show.
Some messy bitches.
I'm gonna come for you all.
Whoa.
And I'm one of you, but I'm not participating in this stuff. They want to come at Zach because they think Zach's gay, despite not knowing him and not knowing anything about his sexuality. They accused Veronica of being a trans woman. Because she's tall and has a strong jawline.
So there's body shaming.
The Plaths love someone with a strong jawline. Because Zach has one too.
It's very prominent.
Obviously, it was really hard for her dealing with people making comments about her body, talking about her height, talking about thinking that she was trans, her having to post pictures of herself as a child to prove to them that she's always been a girl.
And then also shaming people of, when you're bullying me, this is also who you're bullying. It's, a picture of her as a 7-year-old, which is all rightfully so. It's worth calling out. It's worth mentioning. But do you think it would have gone better that, for the interaction or the support that she then got from Olivia eventually? I mean, I guess the timing just kind of worked out a little bit better, because I think it would have been bad if Veronica had secretly reached out to Olivia and was like, hey, we should talk. We should meet up. We should get on the same page about a couple of things. And then Olivia just obliged to that. I think Olivia was trying to...
She was trying to offer her support
from afar,
because she's also experienced the audience of the show attacking her for various things.
But when Olivia saw the footage of Veronica's assessment of Olivia being a narcissist, it was pretty much laughable at that point. Same reaction that we had. And that was when we lost interest in Veronica's take on anything, because we were like, oh, she's a sucker. She got pulled right into this.
The Plaths have already brainwashed her.
Yeah, so this is going to be a long road ahead, long way out.
Micah has no idea that she's been contacting Olivia.
No,
she's been doing this on the DL.
No clue.
And she's like, I don't really care if he finds out or, what the aftermath of this is, because he's got a lot of secrets of his own.
Let's put it that way and leave it at that for now, I suppose. But I like that it was Veronica taking full responsibility. This is me. I'm an autonomous human being. I'm choosing to reach out to you and talk to you. I think Olivia just needed that on camera, though, to kind of cover her bases, to be like, you just know I'm not forcing you to communicate with me, right? I don't want to be held responsible as the meddler in your relationship with Micah.
I also wonder, if Veronica felt really guilty for having said that when she was talking with Barry about Olivia being a narcissist, and so she wanted to say on camera, for the record, I do not think that of you.
That was a direct apology that was associated with, what was said in last season, where clearly that was a mistake. She was tricked. She bought into it hook, line, and sinker, basically.
I mean, this is kind of messy of Olivia, isn't it?
It is.
You know that it's going to come out at some point that you were talking to her because you filmed it.
Yes.
And of course, the Plaths are now going to believe that you have gone ahead. You have
went and did it.
And gotten into Veronica's head and convinced her that they're the bad people.
Okay, so here's my theory. Veronica is already out.
Oh, yeah.
She already knows.
She's here to bury them.
Yes. She already knows it's over between her and Micah. It's not going anywhere. This isn't a long-term thing anymore. She is basically just waiting for her opportunity for an out. But in the meantime, she's going to burn the place down on her way out, which that is exactly what our assessment was. So
yep.
When we
she is size enough to be exactly who we thought she was.
Which is good.
It's good for TV.
It works out for us the most in the long run. Just us as the viewing audience.
For entertainment purposes.
Not
so much for her.
Pays off.
Yeah, I agree. This whole phone call is because she and Olivia know where the bodies are buried. So Barry better get the kill kit out of his trunk.
And Mama Plath better throw it and drive. Not reverse.
I was going to say, that's been dangerous for her before.
Yeah, look out.
Do you want to talk about Lydia or do you want to talk about Kim next?
Let's talk about Kim.
Okay.
Because, we're throwing it and drive.
The way I screeched when the Kim segment opened up and we see that she is working...
A single mom who works part-time.
I didn't mean to just say she is working. I mean, that is kind of the crazy part.
That is a miracle.
She is working at a restaurant as a hostess.
Part-time work for a part-time mom.
She only works when the girls are in town.
That must be it. Yeah, she just works at the restaurant to keep an eye on her girls, too, because this is also the same restaurant where Lydia and Moriah work, too. Which is weird. That's weird.
I feel like they're just here to get discounts at the bar.
Is that it? Is the bar that good?
Does it have alcohol? That's all Kim needs to know.
Plus, you don't need 3 people. You just need to go with the person. Well, I guess they're all drinking at different times.
I'm telling you, there is no group of people that have... I'm regretting saying this already.
Okay. Let's hear it then.
Let me rephrase it.
Oh, boy.
Restaurant staff tend to have difficulties controlling their drinking, and they like to drink together at their job.
Okay.
Broad statement. I stand on it. And I think that's why they're all here.
Well, and then also, just
Lydia
the family.
likes to kick one back once in a while. She's pretending that she doesn't.
Veronica has let us know on Reddit and confirmed
Not
multiple
us
times.
individually.
Well, not individually, but she has
She
confirmed.
won't respond to us individually.
Lydia can throw back some margs, so she can handle
Me
her
too,
liquor.
girl.
Yeah. Give me one margarita.
I think it'd be fun to drink with Lydia. How easy do you think it would be to like just corrupt her?
I know, because all it takes is like one wine cooler, and then she is 3 sheets to the wind, basically, at that point. So it wouldn't take much. But then that's what Veronica was saying. She can really throw him back. How much of it was margarita mix? It's probably like 90% margarita mix and one little splash, a little floater of tequila. She forgot to put the tequila
Is it
in.
even tequila?
Yeah, it's a Bud Light Limerita at this point.
That's true. Why is Kim working here, aside from obviously trying to get out of watching the girls while they're in town? It's because the divorce, it turns out that that's a really bad financial decision for Kim, because she was a single mom. She was a stay-at-home mom for all these years. She basically was a single mom. Barry was driving back and forth to Tallahassee.
She was subsidizing Barry's lifestyle.
And kombucha. Wasn't she working? Did she not have a W-2 when she was working
I remember
that
her
foot doctor job?
I remember her drawing
And selling soap.
I remember her drawing feet on the chalkboard on the homeschooled schoolroom there.
You mean that didn't have a 401k attached to it?
Salary and benefits? Yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah, so if you can imagine, she has no money for retirement. She is not receiving any money from Barry. He will not give her a penny until his divorce is finalized, and he is dragging it out as long as humanly possible. So she had to go get a job.
Also, she's fallen on hard times because she happened to fall victim to a DUI last year. Forgot to mention it last season, actually.
This woman did not bring this up on camera for multiple seasons, pretended it didn't happen. And now she's going to talk about it because she wants our sympathy for why she has no money.
Boo-hoo, fuck you, is what I have to say to that.
I'm supposed to feel bad because
No.
Kim Plath has no money because she
Nope.
had to pay court and attorney fees because she drove drunk and rolled her car into a tree?
You know what? I think you should probably owe more money. I think there should be more community service, and I think you should be riding a bike to your job right now. You shouldn't be driving a car at all.
Hold on, maybe that's why she has to work someplace that Lydia and Moriah work so that they can drive her to her shift.
They have to be scheduled on the same days, the same
have we seen her
times.
behind the wheel of a car? She didn't even get behind the wheel of a boat.
Did the boat have a wheel?
Yeah, there's a wheel on a boat. The boat didn't move.
Her boat.
It was incapacitated.
Yeah, I
it
don't
couldn't
know.
leave the dock. She didn't even go up there. She
The
never,
turd.
She never went up that ladder.
It just floats. It barely floats.
We're getting the big reveal of the DUI, though. Is that something you thought would ever happen?
No, I didn't think so. I thought if they didn't address it last season, they weren't going to address it at all. They were just going to gloss over it. But now, of course, Kim has to bring it up to use it in her favor.
You know what's convenient, though, is that Olivia has been talking about it nonstop. So everybody knows about it.
Right. It's too late. Cat's out of the bag.
So now she's okay with talking about it to garner our sympathy.
Nothing to lose. I'm going to use it to my benefit, though, because also I'm being financially abused by Barry Plath as part of our divorce.
I do think that's kind of true. Two things can be true.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not completely disagreeing.
The thing that's bullshit is her complaining about how Barry never checked on her after all of that happened. And what a monster. She thought that maybe they could be friends after this. They were together for so many years. How could this man just completely shut his emotions off to her and not talk to her to see if she's okay?
Barry never asked if she was okay. Kim, he didn't need to ask. He knew you weren't okay.
Also, I think that that's pretty consistent with the 20 years that you were married.
Also, yeah,
Like that, I don't think that's a behavior change.
Generally, he doesn't care. And I think that was part of the reason why you left. And then, so why are you expecting him to care more now that you've left?
Well, I was watching an old clip from when she was sitting down with Micah talking about why they raised him the way they did, why she decided to leave. And one of the things she's talking about is how she is craving an emotional relationship with another person and that she just couldn't get anything out of Barry. So that is the way Barry has always been. And also, why would he feel bad for you? You up and left. You went on Mumspringa. You decided you weren't going to raise your kids anymore. You're off with KK Ken. You're living on a boat. You're drinking. You're having the time of your life.
You're flipping and rolling your car into trees. Obviously, you're having a good time. By
Old
your
Kim is
standards.
back.
Yeah, by your standards, you're doing what you want to do. So who is Barry to judge? Well, let's see. Because, yeah, he rolls up to Kim's house
Okay,
They're gonna
Kim's
pop
house.
in.
Let's address it.
This is ridiculous.
Isn't this a nice looking house?
This is incredibly nice. So if she's over here crying into her margarita glass about not having the finances and how this divorce is financially ruining her and her retirement is in shambles and she has nothing left, it seems like you're doing pretty okay with the rental.
She's also complaining that she's going to be homeless in a year if they don't do something about fixing her finances, but you own multiple Airbnbs. So you're telling me you don't have a place to go?
They feel like the type of people who don't pay off the properties that they are using the
They're
Airbnb
reliant on the rent.
They are completely dependent on renting out the Airbnbs in order to pay the mortgages. They didn't buy those things in cash or anything.
I just can't look at this house and believe that she's in dire straits financially.
I'm not buying it.
No.
Yeah, at this
Not
point.
unless there are literally boarders upstairs that we're not seeing. Does she rent the rooms out when the girls aren't there? They're only here on weekends, it looks like.
And Barry's here to pick them up. They're also going to talk about Lydia's proposal, impending proposal, because we're basically planning a wedding before they've even proposed. Zach and Lydia, it's not official yet, but we're pretty much already there.
I was relieved to see a conversation about the wedding that wasn't centered around Zach.
At least from what we saw. So they find other things to fight about.
Yeah. Well, I think the only reason Kim brings this up is to segue into talking about the divorce.
It has to be about her.
I
We're talking
want
about her.
us to get along at Lydia's wedding, and ideally we would be divorced by then.
She's broaching delicate topics, which this is normally when Barry retreats into his shell and he does not communicate. He will flee the premises.
He's trying. He's trying.
He's thinking about it. He's already thinking about it. He's just looking for an opening. And Kim is basically treating this like Festivus. It is the airing of grievances. It's, I need to get all this off my chest because I am harboring some bitterness against you, Barry.
She's so nervous. Like she was out of breath. I mean, I don't know. That could be for other reasons.
Yeah, there's no allegations or suspicions that Kim is on Ozempic this season. She is definitely heaving her breath here.
Yeah, she couldn't have a drink before Barry came over, so she's the nerves a little worked up. Maybe to get her Xanny.
It's catching up.
She needed one. She's trying to also get everything out she possibly can before he flees, because she's got to know there's no way he's staying and listening to the whole thing.
The clock's running out, basically, on her opportunity to speak to him. And then what happens? She's interrupted by yet another Airbnb check-in, which, again, I think you're doing okay financially if your Airbnb people are calling you to get access to the building or to check out or whatever.
Maybe they're calling to complain.
Oh, I hope so.
You think she's a really bad host? I know that I think she has good reviews.
Okay.
They used to be good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they are anymore. Someone find Kim on there. You know, it's really hard to search for an individual host.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
You got to find...
You have to somehow find the property, which is also difficult because you can't put in the address.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You have to just know where the Airbnb is and like zone into that area to find it.
Well, I was pulling a couple of the public records, so we might be able to get our hands on something and then just pull up a map in Airbnb.
Oh, we'll have to
Get an idea.
investigate further.
We'll look into it more.
This divorce has been going on for 3 years now. She's talking about how she's got credit card debt that's piling up because she's got to pay for the kids' art lessons and karate and shit like that.
Well, also, didn't she buy Lydia an electric violin or something? There's
I remember that very expensive gift that she tried to buy her love with. Mm-hmm.
Well, it was that, and I think Amber had chipped in on it too because Amber was working at the time. So maybe most of that was Amber, and then the other half was on Kim's credit card.
Hey, 60-40, the 40 still went on a credit card at a 30% interest rate. It's been adding up.
It rolls over if you're not paying.
Can we get Kim Plath on financial audit?
She would have an excuse for everything, though. There's no getting through to that woman.
We'd have to change taquitos to tequila. Tequila, 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 tequila.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what's going on there.
She also makes sure to get a little dig in there that he makes 10 times what she does and he hasn't given her a penny.
And Barry's doing the math in his head like, that's pretty close.
No, not just that. He looks smug.
He is enjoying this. And I think it's because Barry went through the emotional turmoil where Kim made him feel things when she left him, and he had to bulldoze through those feelings by going to the gym and getting fit and then letting enough time pass where he wasn't thinking about it as constantly now. And so now he's paying her back. He is going to torture her financially and draw this out as long as possible to get her back for the torment that she put him through.
Yeah, he's trying to act like, oh, well, I guess we can't come to an agreement. So it's an impasse that the lawyers are going to have to work through. But you're doing this. This is a strategy to financially bleed her dry.
I think he knows that, yeah, like he has plenty of time. Time is definitely on his side. So the less that they agree and the more that it has to go through the lawyers, the longer it's going to take. So if they continue to disagree, it's the lawyers that have to work things out, and then that doesn't really happen.
You know what else I think is gross is that this conversation is totally centered around money. And one of the things that we know about their divorce that they can't agree on is that they're both fighting for custody of the girls'.
Well, that was going to be my question.
That's not really the main issue
I was
that we're talking about. None of us really want to raise the kids.
The question that I had was, who do you think is holding this up? And I guess it would be Barry for the most part, just as kind of a way to get back at Kim. But then if Kim just agrees to things, then that would move things along quicker. So in some ways, is she holding it up?
They must have proposed two very different settlements.
Yeah.
And neither of them are willing to compromise on anything.
Go figure.
Again, I don't know why they're acting like the lawyers are going to solve this, because you have to agree to whatever is proposed. And if neither of you are willing to compromise to the point that you can't even discuss it in person about what areas you're willing to compromise on, I don't think that the lawyers are going to fix it for you.
I wonder if Barry had the same issues in his first divorce, which we uncovered in our Mediocre Down episode, The Life and Crimes of the Plath Family. Seemed like that one was pretty quick. He was able to sign that. It was all the way back in 1994, but still.
My guess is they were together so long, him and Kim, that she wants a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, that's one of the downsides to being involved in a relationship like this, is that she wasn't accumulating any wealth for herself to walk away with to make sure that she's able to continue to live her life post this relationship.
Well, and I feel like Barry probably has whatever retirement he has, Kim wants at least half of it. And Barry's looking at that as like, if I lose half of my retirement that I earned, then I'm not going to be in a place that I'll be able to retire. So
this is just a classic divorce.
It's classic, baby. This is just a tale as old as time.
You know what would be easiest? If we just stayed together.
I think that's where we're going.
As soon
as they announced that they were getting a divorce, I thought, this is bullshit. This is for the show.
I do think she has the ick from Barry, though.
I think she does, yeah. And it goes both ways in a lot of different ways.
Can she get over the ick, though, if it sets her up financially in the long run?
I think
that's the question.
Yeah, I think that might be the ultimate outcome here.
Let's go to Lydia's house. Are the walls made of sheetrock or are they made of Post-it notes?
Post-it notes are structurally integral to the system now, yes, to the building.
This is just her, right? Because we know she has a roommate. What was her name? Peggy Sue? No, something like that?
No, it's Moriah.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't care. She was scaring me. She was very vacant behind the eyes.
Oh,
I don't know. Both of them, it was just like a group of three people who've been lobotomized and think everything's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of disillusion in that household right now. And I think the scary part is you're thinking that it's mostly a Lydia issue here that is
the Post-its?
The Post-its. I think that this is an enabling thing where this has become acceptable. And now Mariah's like, I really like that. And it's something that she's gotten on board with as well. This would not help me because I have Post-it notes where like my ADHD stuff will kick in and I need a Post-it to remind me of certain things or different stuff. It's just going to get lost in the shuffle here.
I need the bigger Post-its.
Yeah.
I need more room. My thoughts are a lot longer than...
No, it's usually something quick. Usually something quick on there. But then if I place it on I'm never going to remember it now. It's just completely white noise at this point. Is Zach leaving any Bible verses? Perhaps from Song of Solomon? Some tender, loving notes?
It's a shame they didn't zoom in on them so we could see more of them.
A couple of them. Yeah, we caught the glimpse of them there. Some Psalms.
Oh, so you could see it.
A few. I don't know them by heart.
I must have been looking down, ferociously taking notes. Is that the right word?
Sure.
I'm a list gal. I like to make a list. So it'd be a list of my complaints to God.
List of complaints to God? The airing of grievances, yes.
Just like him.
Yes.
They all came out of the same Scary Youth group.
I think that's a big part of it. Even though, well, because Zach's visiting from Colorado, so he's sleeping on the couch, because this is Lydia's house in Tallahassee.
Okay, A leather couch in Florida?
Oof.
And he had to sleep on it all night? Let's talk about the crime that is.
Did we put a sheet down?
It did not appear so.
It didn't look like it. So I don't know. Are they staging a wake-up scene here? And
no,
this isn't actually...
you really can't put a sheet on a leather couch to lay down and go to sleep. You're just going to slide off.
But I just need something on the bottom layer. So what I'm actually laying on, so it doesn't need to go over the whole couch.
The sensory, just the experience, I'm thinking about it now of your body sticking to the leather all night every time you turn over.
Yeah, it's awful. It's a very cute dog, though.
Okay, 10 out of 10 on the dog.
10 out of 10 on the dog. But I don't think that's going to be enough to make up for the living situation that we found ourselves in.
They're not sharing a bed, obviously.
They're not even sharing kisses.
No.
Still at this point. No cheating.
I told you last week that I did not think that Lydia was on board for that.
That's becoming more apparent.
Obviously, she's trying to shove her face at him when they're filming with the producers to get him to maybe accidentally graze her lip.
While she's rubbing lip gloss all over her lips to make them luscious and ever-present.
Plumping him up.
Yeah.
He looked very, very, very uncomfortable.
He was terrified, yeah. I think he was trying to be a good sport about it as best he could, but when she starts blaming him for, you're the reason why we're not kissing, he looks mildly annoyed and slightly terrified.
Don't agree to do something if you don't want to do it.
I think that's the issue here, is then Lydia's saying, yeah, of course I agreed to it as well, but it was your idea. You brought it up.
And I totally hate it. At the time, I said that I thought it was great and it was lovely and it was adorable and that I always wanted that as well, but I lied.
But now I want to fuck, dude. Let's go. But that's why they're rushing towards the marriage then.
She's like, we're practically engaged. Why can't you kiss me?
Yeah, give me a smooch.
I love that they're not even engaged yet.
No.
And she's like, I already have the wedding date picked out and I'm already going ahead with planning.
We're basically married then, if you think about it. So why not?
Get off the couch.
Yeah, because you can't do it on that couch either. You can barely sleep on this couch. You're not doing anything else on this couch.
Kim has managed to already insert herself into this relationship as well.
Zach,
Lydia has only known Zach for 3 months.
Yeah.
What, has Kim known him for 3 weeks and she's planning the engagement?
Well, because Zach loops Kim in because she's so great at planning.
No, she's great at controlling other people's lives.
Yeah, I think that's the part that we're missing here.
Remember how she made sure that there was not going to be alcohol at Ethan and Olivia's wedding because we're not going to drink? That's horrible. You're a horrible human being, Olivia, for even suggesting that you would want alcohol at your wedding. How much do you think is going to be at this engagement and Lydia's wedding? Lydia's wedding.
Lydia's wedding. Oh, man.
I got to tell you, I'm relieved that Olivia's not on the show anymore very much because it was really hard to bounce back between Olivia and Lydia.
Well, luckily they weren't spending too much time together. There weren't a lot of scenes with both of them interacting. I don't like what they're planning here for the proposal, though, because this is just, it's very Children of the Corn for me. I mean, like we already...
Because they're all hiding in the distance
watching
it?
And it's just like why are you leaning into these stereotypes? Because like that's what people have referenced previously as part of the show, where it's fucking weird. Like all these people who just... It's one huge family where they all look like the same face applied on different people at different heights and different hair. And it's very unsettling. And then that's what you want Lydia to see at the...
They're all staring through the wood line.
And I'm sorry. Okay. We're supposed to feel bad about Kim and her financial situation. And then we're going to talk about a proposal at her vacation cottage? What is this?
This is Kim's house?
Isn't this Kim's house? This is why he's talking to Kim?
I was just going to ask about the cabin. Like, how far away is the cabin? Because now this is something that everyone's got to travel to go to.
Because I'm going to get upset about this. Because if this is Kim's place, a cabin in the woods...
How many Airbnbs does this woman own?
I'm going to lose my shit here. Because I am not here to feel bad for Kim Plath this season. So you can shove that storyline up your butt.
I guess Zach thinks things are going really well with Kim. Not so much with Ethan. He did pick up that there was a level of discomfort that Ethan had with him when they met.
He caught the vibe. Yeah. It was just, something was off. Can't tell if it's just Ethan in general. I mean, he has a very unsettling spirit about him.
We're already starting the Plath family gaslighting because Lydia's, no, she swears up and down that that's just the way Ethan is. If he had an objection, he'd be loud about it, and otherwise he just doesn't have very much to say. Maybe explain the snickering under his breath. Well, Can you explain how that fits in?
Well, and like that I don't believe either, because it's like, I think he would have objections and he wouldn't say anything. Like that would be very Ethan. So to reassure Zach, and then Zach is taking Lydia at her word here of, oh, okay, well, that's how he is. He's your brother. You know him better than I do. I've talked to the guy for 5 minutes, so maybe I was off in my read.
Shh. Let's just all sing Amazing Grace together.
I was worried how this was going to go. It actually didn't turn out too bad. I mean, was it weird and off-putting and wildly out of place for the television show? Yes, I agree with all of that. But it started off a little wobbly, but then once they found it there, because Moriah jumped in too, not that Moriah, a different singer. Again, we're going to get this Moriah's album before Moriah Plath's album, and I'm going to be very upset.
I'm just relieved to not have to listen to Mercy, Grace, and Faith sing anymore.
And I don't want to hear Lydia sing alone. She's best in a group. She's not a soloist.
She needs to be harmonized with.
She needs to fill in a gap somewhere. She's a mid-range vocalist there. Just the frequency that she carries, it's a different tone.
Poor Zach is not done meeting the rest of the family, unfortunately.
Where is this?
I don't know. They're in another cabin. Isaac and the J6 crew, they're hanging out somewhere, grilling. The men are cooking the meat, and the women are in the kitchen with the vegetables.
Okay, well, as a man, I would like to comment on the issues that I have with the vegetables in the kitchen. Because what the fuck is she doing cutting each individual piece of asparagus?
I have seen people chop vegetables like that on Worst Cooks in America.
Okay, yeah. Or like
we're going one stalk at a time.
One single piece of asparagus with the smallest paring knife I've ever seen in my life too, which...
Wrong knife. Martha Stewart would be sure to tell you that.
Martha Stewart would let you know, why are you cutting...
You dumb cunt, use a different knife. I probably can't say that. Hey, I picked the word she would use.
Well, I don't think we're going to be monetizing this one. Martha would say that, though. She would.
Just being honest.
Yeah.
I channeled her there. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, she's struggling.
You need a big knife to cut big things.
Yeah.
Come on, it has to be a well-endowed knife. We already went over this.
Ethan's not here to give them that education yet.
Okay.
He is going to be showing up here today, though. Wow. Now I'm drunk, Kim.
Oh, boy.
He is going to be showing up here. This is a gathering of all of the most horrible people that you can imagine introducing Zach to.
Isaac, not so terrible
yet.
No.
But I refuse to believe it. I believe he's the worst of them.
I know. Hold on. Because at this point, it was like, okay, maybe Isaac will be the one where we can turn this around a little bit here. Nope. Because as soon as he's telling his friends, because his friends are asking, oh, Lydia's bringing her, soon-to-be fiance guy, boyfriend.
We don't know what to call him. They're kind of in an interim right now.
Yeah, like it's nothing official, so we don't know what to go off of here. But Lydia and Zach are going to be joining us too. What do you think of him? And Isaac's instruction is, you'll formulate your own opinion when you meet him.
And giggles.
And
they're all giggling under their breath.
That's the code. So now it's like, okay, this is bad news.
Isaac has been dropping the F word, and not the one you're thinking about, the one from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
He uses it extensively. The friends already know. That steak wasn't cooked well. I'm going to say it. It was pretty raw. It was a little rare in the center.
Ethan likes his steaks mooing. He likes them rare, I guess, because he's a man.
I was thinking about Mama Debbie, remember on 90 Day Fiancé? That gray steak.
Oof, yeah. Extra well done.
That's why Larissa had to get out of there.
It's like Salisbury steak, but... You'd think that Ethan would like a well-done steak because his mouth is basically just coated in ash from all the cigars that he's been smoking.
Again, where is he getting these from?
A Civil War reenactment?
Usually you reserve a cigar for a fancy occasion.
Do you? I mean, some people just smoke them for enjoyment, but okay. I mean, you could, yeah.
Some people didn't grow up Italian, and it shows.
My dad would smoke one cigar a year, and it would be on the 4th of July to light firecrackers with.
Okay, that doesn't seem like a need, like a requirement. It feels like there are other ways that you could light firecrackers than
Yeah.
with a cigar. That's very American.
Yes.
To light a firecracker with a cigar.
Very much so. Safety first, kids. Well, Lydia and Zach show up, and it doesn't get better because basically everybody's been primed. All of the bigoted people here are already like gearing each other up for when the closeted gay man who's marrying my sister shows up, and they're all primed for that.
I don't remember anyone standing up to greet him. Do you? Everybody's just sitting around the table and they're all looking at each other. And he's going around and shaking everyone's hand and introducing himself to them. And they're being so fucking rude.
Well, everybody's eating. They didn't wait to eat.
No, fuck him. I'm not going to wait for
So
them.
that's messed up too.
Rude.
Very
Strike
rude.
one, you're not great hosts. And a gay man would tell you that and set you straight on it.
He's not gay though. We've established.
Oh, I'm
right?
just saying, if you got to think about the gays, but you're a bad hostess.
They don't know anything about the gays. So that's the problem, too.
That is the
They're
problem.
making all of the assumptions about this man because he has clear framed glasses.
I got to tell you how much this pisses me off.
It's upsetting.
Because if you really do believe that Zach is gay, which also I don't think you should be telling people about their own sexuality, which is personal into themselves. But okay, that's the judgment you've made, which is based in what you think of somebody's gender and the way that they're acting. So you think he's effeminate, which you associate with being gay. So he's obviously a gay man. I lost my train of thought because I'm getting so
But
angry.
yeah, you're very upset.
Where
by
was I
this.
going with
know.
that? I'm sweating.
Okay.
I'm so mad.
The problem is you shouldn't be describing or assessing someone else's sexuality and then telling them what their sexuality is, because then we're talking about Zach, who was raised in religion.
Oh, that's where I was going with this.
Yeah,
Thank you for finishing my thought.
Raised probably very conservatively as well. And so maybe this is a man who hasn't had a chance to explore that, hasn't been able to self-assess in those ways.
This is a show where we're watching all of these people's religious trauma affect their life now as young adults. Why are we going to laugh at someone who we think may have been affected by trauma in a different way?
So that's one part of it, and then the other part is just the fact that they're laughing at him. I think for Ethan and for Isaac, and definitely Micah, the biggest insult that they can assign to this person who is intending to marry their sister who they don't like, the worst label that they can put on him as a man is that he is probably gay. That is their biggest insult. And so that's the other part that I don't like about it, is that it's being used in a derogatory way and to other and distance someone here, because then nobody is inviting, nobody is accepting
They
him.
won't even look him in the face.
They're laughing at him openly at the table.
He's trying to make conversation, and fucking Lydia is completely oblivious to what's going on, or at least trying to pretend it's not happening in front of her. And they're all looking at each other from one to the other, Ethan to Isaac to the friend, back to Isaac, back to Caitlin. Caitlin? I don't care. She's not going to be around that long. The
Caitlin.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're all giggling at one another, and it hurt me inside.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carly.
There is nothing worse. There's no worse feeling than being in a group and having everyone laugh collectively about something that you're not in on the joke.
And the problem was, too, they were talking about wedding planning. Lydia was talking about how she's been busy with wedding planning, and then Zach was kind of talking about some of the different things that they've been figuring out for their wedding plans, and then that's what they started laughing about. Like that him being involved in planning their wedding is a gay thing, because why would a man plan a wedding? That's woman stuff. So that was just another kind of like undercut to their relationship, something that they're excited about, something that they're sharing and experiencing together, and you're shitting on it.
Seems like so far he's the most active and involved partner who we've seen on this show.
Correct. So, okay, here's where I will say Zach didn't help his case. When he tries to call Ethan out and he says, "Do you have anything to share with the choir?" So maybe we could have come up with a better example to use, or a better way to call someone out, because even the way that he's calling Ethan out is very hesitant, very tentative, and theatrical.
I'm giving him points.
In reference.
I'm giving him major points for even saying something. because this is the second time he's met Ethan. He already felt that there was some weird tension.
It's not, what I'm saying is I feel like he's only giving Ethan and Isaac more ammo. They're going to go tell Micah.
Okay, but I don't think that there's anything that he can say or do that they're not going to misconstrue.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's absolutely true. But I think that wasn't going to help in this instance.
He looks so crushed when they walk away from the table. I felt extra bad because Lydia seemed to be not really...
Well, she's dismissing it.
Well, she wasn't even... Was she aware it was happening when it was happening? Was she actively ignoring it?
She was throwing stuff at Ethan when they were getting up from the table. So I think she knows he was being a dick. I think she's seeing it as, he's my older brother. He's trying to give this guy a hard time because he's trying to marry me. She doesn't put all of those pieces together where they're actively making Zach feel like shit and coming to a complete judgment of this person.
Also, there's a difference between giving someone a little bit of a hard time, asking some difficult questions, making them feel a little uncomfortable, and what they did at the dinner table.
And being completely outright disrespectful of another human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a difference.
I think she's aware that that's what's happening, but she doesn't really want to admit it because this is really embarrassing.
I feel like Zach is going to be BJ from Righteous Gemstones, and I loved BJ from Righteous Gemstones, honestly.
So we're here for it.
So I love him.
Get him a pole and one of those little monkeys. We're ready to go.
Helper monkey on the way.
We're back on the couch with Micah and Veronica. They're going to close the episode out for us. And
there's a lot.
There's so much tension in the first 2 episodes of this show.
Well, and just like the conversation that is taking place, because then they're talking about renovating this other house. There's a lot of work that's going on, but there's a lot of subtext to the discussion. The things that Veronica's calling out, how Micah's hands are dirty. So then there's these handprints on the walls. It looks like he's trying to escape or claw his way out of this house or something. And it's just like, should we talk about that more? Like, can you
elaborate on that? Say more.
Say more, probably.
Yes, and
maybe let's explore that. But there's a lot of themes of feeling trapped and attempting to escape. There's a lot of that going on.
The truth comes out about what the real problem is, which is Veronica doesn't want anything to do with the Plaths anymore. That's the place we've arrived at. She's back at Olivia in like season 3.
She is not here for it anymore. She sees them for what they are, and she has no interest in repairing any standing with them, interacting with them in any way moving forward. It's just, it is what it is. And yeah, that's it. We'll call it a day.
Micah's not going to accept that because that's exactly what happened with Olivia, and that didn't work out great. And he doesn't want to be in the same position that he felt Ethan was in. The problem is Veronica's saying to him, I have actively reached out to every one of your family members that I think has a problem with me. And nobody is engaging with me to try to fix it.
Well,
so that's
so
why
hard.
I'm done with them.
It's so hard to try to solve anything when you're reaching out to someone where very clearly there's an issue. And then what you're being met with is, no, we don't have a problem. There's no problem. Nothing's wrong. Everything's good. Everything's bright and shiny. Happy people over here. Nothing wrong. Okay, well, clearly there is something going on. There's something underlying here, unspoken, and it needs to be addressed. No. You have all of these people who will completely turn a blind eye and go out of their way, bend over backwards to avoid any sort of confrontation, any sort of accountability, any sort of apology, anything like that.
And that ain't Veronica.
No.
That's not her way.
Veronica can't do that.
That's the problem. Her personality is not going to fit in this family because she addresses things.
God bless her for it.
We finally find out why it's such a big deal to her that Moriah turned the whole family on her, gave her a hard time about what was revealed about Moriah's boyfriend, because there was stuff going on in the background with Veronica. And Moriah knew that this was happening and still caused all of this fallout.
Well, this is like kicking Veronica when she's down, because basically she spills the tea on the fact that Micah's cheated on Veronica multiple times. Moriah was well aware of this. That was something that she had confided in her and was met with nothing but opposition and treated like a villain the moment that she was trying to defend Moriah, and now it's blown up from there.
That means that at the same time, they were dealing with the fact that both of their boyfriends had betrayed them. So they bonded over that. And then Moriah decided she wasn't mad at her boyfriend anymore, got back together with him, called Veronica a liar, and turned the whole family against her when they should all be chewing Micah out. So he gets away with his bad behavior and she gets demonized.
Well, I don't even know if the family knows about Micah's behavior, aside from Moriah.
Moriah
at this
knew.
Point. Well, yeah, like Moriah knows, but then that's raising a whole other question of like, I don't know if his family knows what Micah has been up to. Of course they wouldn't care because they'll just find a way to excuse it away. But I'm just saying, like, that's another element, too, of what Veronica's going through and her experience here is now you have people who don't even know what's going on. But then the one person that you did trust with this information is then actively working against you. Yeah.
Classic Plath.
Yeah, it's a Plath move for sure. The textbook.
That's where we leave them this episode. This is only the second episode of the season. I cannot fathom where we're going to go from here. Do you think that we'll get to the point where Ethan tells Lydia that he thinks Zach is gay? Because we saw a preview.
He's going to have a conversation.
He's still dancing around it that
I just don't like him.
He just doesn't like him.
Yeah, just generally, there's no specific reason.
It's not even that I don't think he's right for you, which would be a nicer way to say that. It's just, I don't like him.
Well, we know that's true.
Because,
yeah,
the gayness.
If he was gay, Ethan definitely wouldn't like him.
A few announcements before we go. We have another podcast called Surviving Sister Wives, where we are reading through Robin's #1 New York Times bestseller, Becoming Sister Wives, the book that was written by the Browns back in the early seasons of the show when they were still lying to us about everything.
Well, pretty much, yeah. And that's in preparation for Christine Woolley Brown's book, Sister Wife, singular.
Thank you guys over on the Patreon for finding an episode where we predicted that would be the name of her book.
Literally back in season 17. So this was 2 years ago?
We didn't even know she was writing a book yet.
She hadn't announced it. She hadn't talked about it at all. And yeah, we just jokingly accidentally referred to the title of the book. Instead of Becoming Sister Wives, it was Becoming Sister Wife. And then we joked that Sister Wife would be the name of Christine's book. So turns out, yeah, pretty much spot on.
I think she stole it from us.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the royalties to roll in for that on the creative consultation that took place.
And if you're interested in more bonus content, check out patreon.com/survivingpod. Thanks for listening. See you next time.